It only makes sense that when more people use meth, more babies are born addicted to meth. This little girl is 9 days old. Her mom is a meth addict, and so by default, by nature, she is too.
It is a crisis. It is epidemic. The opioid crisis in this country is continuing to expand exponentially, and we're seeing more and more of these infants.
Like, I was in labor, in the bathroom shooting heroin, about to give birth to my child.
Pregnant mothers who use any kind of drug are putting their baby in danger from the start. Many know that drug use during pregnancy is unsafe, but the details are much more explicit. The babies affected by the mother's neglect suffer for another's wrongdoing, and the mother is let off without punishment.
What is neonatal abstinence syndrome?
What is it?
Yes.
It's a condition when the baby is born and ends up going through withdrawal, has all the signs of withdrawal from drugs.
Mm-hmm. What are the most frequently used illegal drugs by drug mothers?
In our area?
Yeah.
The most frequent things that I see?
Yes.
Heroin.
Heroin? Is it just heroin? Or?
No, heroin. We see a lot of cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
We see occasional PCP.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know whether you want to consider marijuana, but we see lots and lots of marijuana use. But babies don't usually have abstinence syndromes.
Mm-hmm. What are the short-term and long-term effects of heroin or marijuana or whatever on the baby? Say specifically heroin.
Okay, so the short-term effects usually they don't present immediately on birth. It actually takes a day or two for the symptoms to start, and the babies get really irritable, almost like fussy. They have a very telltale kind of a shrill cry. They get really shaky. Their whole body shakes, and they're just the nurses have a special kind of scoring system. You can actually they give the baby a score, and it's the level of withdrawal that the baby's having.
Alcohol, marijuana, cocaine, and heroin are the most common drugs used during pregnancy, and the effects range from low birth weight, tremors, and learning disabilities, all the way to brain damage, malformation, and even death. The efforts being put in to stop these issues are not being properly addressed, even while the numbers seem to be increasing.
Approximately 1 in 5 women, or 740,000 women, use one or more illegal substances during pregnancy, and cocaine use alone among pregnant women ranges from 8 to 18%. Expenses for babies that have been exposed to cocaine in the uterus are an estimated $504 million a year.
Prenatal drug testing for all mothers who come in to deliver would absolutely help capture some of the unknown problems that might not be foreseen. And in some areas of the country, that is a routine, that all mothers that come in labor have a urine sent for drug testing. That's not common in our area when they come in labor to deliver a baby, no matter who they are, no matter what their background is. But that's not common in our area. But that could help identify people who are having a problem.
While drug tests sold at Walgreens cost $25, care for each baby born to a drug-addicted mother costs roughly $7,000 a night, with each baby being required to stay for at least 7 days at the hospital. At $49,000 in minimum expenses, neither the mother nor the government wants to pay the bill. Fights rage between local, state, and federal governments over who should be funding the efforts, while no one is stepping up to help.
Not so much like specifically pregnancy mishaps, but for overdoses, yes. Training for medical calls and dealing with an emergency medical situation, yeah. We're first responders in this town, and then I'm also an EMT on top of that. So yeah, I've had training and dealt with situations like that, yeah. I've dealt with instances where we call it, the crime is risk of injury to a minor, where like if someone is, under the influence while driving, like a DUI, and has a child in the car, or if someone shoplifts, has a child with them, exposes them to that experience, or a violent domestic where, something bad happens where, there's an altercation between family members. If there's a minor, anybody under the age of 18, we would then contact DCF. DCF would come and do an evaluation of the home and the family members to see what the best course of action, what the best scenario outcome would be for the child. So, I mean, from a criminal aspect, we could charge them with risk of injury to a minor if there's negligence or, someone's just being unsafe with a child or their dealings and rearing with the child. But DCF would be the ones that would come in and actually have to remove the child from the home.
I hope so, but I don't think so.
I do not know if there's any laws. I don't think there is. I don't really know.
Definitely, because it's the baby's life at risk and they're innocent in this.
Yes, newborn babies, they have no say, like, they're not coherent like we are, so there needs to be laws protecting them from parents that don't have their best interests in mind for their kids.
If there's any way to help solve the problem, it would be to target its source. We need to educate people on the severe dangers of drug use during pregnancy and offer people who are addicted to drugs more help instead of putting them in jail. Most importantly, we need to mandate drug testing at prenatal care visits. For the longest time, these parents have taken little to no responsibility for the problems they have caused for their children, and it sets a bad example for other women in the same situation. It's time to stop endangering and ruining the lives of children because of the poor decisions of the parents.